Michael, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
So we're here to talk about your album Graveracer. So could you tell me a bit about the writing process?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time making these demos and working with a lot of different sounds. I started working with keys again, part of the writing process, and went into the studio with some pretty fully fleshed demos. And it made it easy for us to do this record in about 8 days. And the preparation was everything, really. But it was a great process, and proud of the product. Yeah.
So the album title, could you tell me how did you choose it?
Well, it's the name of the first song, Graveracer. I guess it's just the concept of racing against the grave, as we all are, I suppose. It's an album with big themes of love and death and bringing yourself to account, I suppose. And it just seemed to encapsulate the whole journey of the record in a good way, conceptually, for me, I think.
Yeah, I had a kind of feeling when I listened to the album that at the beginning it's really dark and to the end it gets a bit brighter.
Yeah, there's a sense of hope and optimism, and that was important for me because it is, it's as much as it is fabricated, there is an element of yourself to every song you write, and it was kind of a dark and turbulent time, and I got through it, and I feel like the person who's singing about it is singing about something that has happened in the past as opposed to something that's currently being dealt with. So I wanted to have that sense of hope at the end because, yeah, gotta have that, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. Well,
Too dark otherwise.
yeah, that's not so nice. People need something to bright up at the end, I think.
Yeah, un poco.
Well, I read you escaped hurricanes during the writing process.
Yeah, well, it makes it sound very dramatic. I did say that that happened, and it did, in a way. We were evacuated from the island, sent off on flights, but it was, when things like that happen, you do think about things differently, about your life and your priorities, and I suppose dealing with a situation like that, well, it made me write the record. That's all I can say, really,
So you're not afraid to go back to that isle to write another album or something?
That'd be great. I mean, I just write wherever I am, but it was nice because that island did inspire a lot of the themes and the feelings, and I can still remember the cookie frogs that sing at night and the sound of the sea, and it was all very mystical kind of place, But yeah, no, I'd go back there. It's a wonderful place. And
sounds great. How is the tour so far?
Tour's great. Yeah, having a blast. The band's great. It's nice to be working with the same group that recorded the record, so everybody knows the songs inside and out. And they added a great deal to the record itself as well, and so it's nice to have people on the road. And yeah, the response has been great crowds, and just excited to be getting this out there.
Sounds good to have someone from the beginning to the end with you.
Yeah, Alex Williams, she was on my very first EP, and she opened for me once when I was doing some solo shows in London, and we met, and I found out she played the cello. I was like, oh wow, I'd always wanted to collaborate with a cellist because it's one of my favorite instruments. And yeah, we ended up doing my first EP together, and she's worked on everything since, And her husband, Tom Williams, they both have a project called A.A. Williams, which is a fantastic group that you should also check out. You guys should all check them out. But they just, we just get each other. It's like my brother and my sister, And Wayne also, the new drummer, he's fantastic, and he's got such enthusiasm for the project, and is just a great person. And I like having good people on board who are, invested, but also just good people,
Yeah.
I say a lot. I've just realized.
No problem. Well, actually, you said you worked with someone playing a cello. What artists do you like to work with?
I'd like to work with some good designers, people who are good at creating imagery and art in that way. And I've always had an interest in doing more with merchandise, and I'd like to find someone that would love to collaborate in that way and make some cool art based merchandise that we could get out there. That'd be cool. Because I'm bad at that stuff. I have the ideas and I see it, but I need someone to help me to carry it out. And I've always really been lucky to have people in my life that can do certain projects. Like I've worked with people on the Mongrels thing, to create that beast head, my buddy Greg Mike. And I love that kind of collaboration, cross-media collaboration,
I know, because it's interesting. Well, did something unexpected happen on tour, like someone came on stage like you didn't expect it or something? Or any fan moment?
I don't know. I mean, every show's different. That's a fun thing about being on tour. Every show's different. There's the spontaneity of what happens in the room. Every crowd's different. There's always unexpected things that happen, I guess. But can't think of anything right now. I've just had my friend from Ohio visiting us for like 4 days and joined us for the tour, which was nice. Unexpected that he wanted to come, and it actually happened, and we got to hang out in Europe. So that was cool.
Sounds good. Do you have any special routine before the show?
Check my teeth, take a piss, get on stage. That's about it. Yeah.
The normal stuff.
Normal stuff. Yeah. It's a very normal enterprise. I'm not like into praying to the gods or shrunken heads or ritualistic stuff, even though I might look like a druid. I treat this process as, I just got 3 rules in this business, deliver the goods, be a boss at what you do, don't be a dick, and have fun. And I think we just kind of abide by that. There's not an ego here with anybody in the band. We're here to put on a good show and have a good time. And I like to keep it simple like that.
I guess that's a good way to do it. You are actually part of the TV series Blue Book.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. Could you tell anything?
Of course, yeah. Project Blue Book was, the series is based on the original Project Blue Book. U.S. Air Force led investigations into the unidentified flying object thing, UFO thing. So it's basically like Mad Men meets the X-Files. So it's set in the 50s. You've got me and Aidan Gillen, who's another wonderful actor from Ireland, playing the 2 UFO detectives, I guess you'd call him. But he's an astrophysicist, and I'm the Air Force man. And we both find out quickly that there's kind of a bigger conspiracy going on that involves the CIA and up to the Oval Office. And we start seeing certain things in the skies that we can't explain either. And so, the series spirals out of control. Everything's high stakes. It's really good. Robert Zemeckis is main producer on that, who did things like Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, Contact, all that stuff. So it's got a great look. It's beautifully shot, and great actors involved. So you should check it out. Season 2 is on its way.
Sounds good. What can the people expect from season 2?
Well, the plot thickens. We made a pact at the end of season 1 to go under the general's noses a bit and lead our own investigations to get to the bottom of what's actually happening. And we follow up on that. And so we're a lot more on each other's side. We were butting heads initially in the first season, but season 2, we're kind of on each other's side a bit more. And just great episodes. We approach Roswell, Area 51, Hopkinsville, loads of big, iconic UFO cases. And it's bigger, better, and stronger. It's a great show. Yeah, season 2 is better. You're gonna love it. Yeah,
Sounds like a show I need to watch.
get into it. Yeah.
Well, is there anything happen on set what was staying in your mind?
It's just a blessing to be a part of such a wonderful crew, and I really feel like there's a really open dialogue with the creators, the showrunners, the producers, and the actors, and we all have each other's backs, and I feel like it's not always the case when you have that kind of open dialogue. Everybody's got their heads together and are trying to make the best possible show, and I just feel lucky to have this experience at the moment, to be able to work with these kind of people, and to be respected for what I do as well.
Sounds good. Well, are you doing any stunts in the show, or have you ever done any stunts?
I mean, stunts. We have a whole stunt team that normally does that kind of stuff, but they work with us when we have to do certain things like firing weapons, being hung up by suspended things or whatever. So we do our fair share of things. When there's fight scenes, we do a certain amount of the fight ourselves. Anything that's super dangerous, we're not allowed to do by health and safety, even if we want to. But we try to make it as real as possible and do as much as we can. But it's also important to let everybody else do their job. You know, the stunt team are amazing. They're trained. They're excited to be there, and they come in with brilliant ideas and are always incredible to watch. I find them quite inspiring, and our stunt team is killer. So let them do their work.
Yeah, they are doing good work.
There's no use in looking back. Gotta laugh.
Vacation,
Holiday,
Christmas,
vacation,
superhero.
Marvel,
Good. Favorite drink?
coffee,
Friends?
everywhere.
I don't see some.
One day.
Favorite artist?
Dolly,
Sounds good. Being on tour?
the best. It's 2 words. Hope that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
The best.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for the interview. Have a great night.
You too.
Thanks.
Let's make a